Stop getting the wrong advice. Ensure you get the right skills for the right job for jobs in the Middle East. Contact Loy Macedo.
Today I'm going to share an interesting topic with you guys. This one is, I'm into personal branding, I'm into resume rebranding and interview coaching and job answer, blah, 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 all that. Okay. Now, I always get people who approach me for, inquiries, like how much is for a CV or resume rebrand, how much for interview coaching, how much for job and strategy. However, the common theme that everyone has is they want a new job. They want a new job that pays them much more. But now here's the question which I ask them, and I can assure you this much: whenever I've asked anybody, whomsoever has approached me, they don't know the answer to this. Now, that's not to say that there are not intelligent people with common sense. It's not like the whole world is coming to me. People who need my service come to me. Those who do not need don't come. Now, generally, people are like, Loy, I just want a CV. How much? I tell them, boss, I don't know who you are. I don't know what is your job profile. I don't know what's your position, experience. I don't know anything about you. So, a resume rebrand is not, you send me a CV, I'll make it colorful. Or send me a CV, I'll make with some nice words. I don't do all the decoration. What I do is create a document that matches your personality, matches the job market, matches the reason why someone should hire you. Okay, they say. Then they ask me, how much is it for your CV? How much? After they send me their resume, and I tell them my price. And one of two things happens. Either they say yes, or they turn around and tell me, fuck man, it's so expensive. What the hell, Loy, it's way beyond my budget. I say, fine, I understand. It's, either something is within your budget or without your budget. But one thing I do know, everyone has a budget. It's just that they didn't believe the service or the product was worth it. So I always ask them this one question. Tell me why, whatever salary you're earning now, suppose let's say $2,000. How much do you want? $2,500. So I ask them, why? Tell me, why should someone pay you $2,500? That means $500 per month for 1 year. That's $6,000 extra. Why should someone pay you when you are currently being paid $2,000? Why should they pay you extra? They always say, because of my experience, expertise. Then I ask them, then why isn't your existing company paying you? Oh, they don't have a budget. Okay. In today's competitive landscape, if an employer can get a guy with your experience, your skill set for cheaper, why should he pay you more? Oh, I'm unique. Fine. If you're so unique, how many job offers have you got already? None. Then they say, oh, I've not yet applied. Fine, go and apply. And wait 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, 1 year, applying non-stop. And then what do? Then obviously at some point you realize, shit, okay, I guess my approach is wrong, something must be wrong. What is wrong is, one is the resume, the document, because this document communicates to a person who you are. You're informing them who you are. But here lies the problem. You're informing who you are, what your great achievements are, what your, bombastic roles and responsibilities are, oh, I helped 72% revenue, 14% profit margin I contributed, brought down the cost by 20%, saved the company $500,000. Fine. You can put all these numbers from thin air. From the thin air, we can remove all these numbers. 18% savings, 22% growth, 45%, 45% something else. You can put so many things. Now the question is, who's there to verify this? Is there any human being to verify all this information that you have stated? The problem is, nowadays every CV, people are trying to brag what they are not. People are trying to claim so many things. People claim a lot of things. People claim that they are smart, intelligent. I'm not saying that you're not. Don't get me wrong. Maybe you have contributed to the profit margin. Maybe you have been an outstanding employee. Maybe you have been good at sales. Maybe you have been good at cost cutting. But here lies the problem. Fine, you are whatever you say you are. But if nobody's buying, that means you suck at selling. It's a very simple thing. If you are selling something and nobody is buying, that means the message is not right. So now the question is, do you do what internet marketers do? Overpromise. Like Thai Lopez's course. Oh, just pay $67 or $97. I'll give you the social media marketing course, how you can make 7-figure income. And oh, these are the people who took my course and now they're millionaires. The only difference between that, paying this kind of money, making quick money, versus employment is, in this quick transaction, you can pay $67 or $37 and whatever, buy, and then you realize they have cheated you. Okay. But when you are going for employment, if you overpromise, oh, I was the number one sales guy, oh, I did this, I did that, the employer may get fooled, may give you a job. But then when you don't deliver, okay, when you don't deliver, he'll tell you, I'm sorry, you're on probation and I'm not impressed with what you claim. On your CV, you claimed you are God's gift to mankind. I don't see results. I waited 2 months, 3 months. Where are the results? And if you don't show the results, he'll tell, fuck off. Now maybe you'll feel good. Oh, 3 months I swindled the guy of a salary. But you can be rest assured that the internet is a very small world. Your name, your reputation will be badly impacted. And maybe he is not a guy who will chase you down and all that. But then how would you explain, okay, 3 months gap? And how far can you keep going on, losing a job and trying to get another job? See, don't misunderstand the message, but it's a very simple thing. Forget taking my service. I'm asking you, why should someone pay you more when he can get the same experience or expertise for less? Just tell me. Now, for example, my service. Okay? I charge the most expensive. I'm the most expensive in the market. Okay? People ask me, why should I take your service? Yes, I don't know. Tell them. Now this is me, huh? I tell them, I don't know why you should take my service. But I can tell you why my price is the highest and why I have consistently maintained my price for all these years. You know why? I said, because I don't copy paste, number one. Number two is I don't decorate the CV. Next one is I study your personality by talking to you. I evaluate and give you a feedback. Then I research the industry you are going to apply for. Then I check with my contacts what do they need. Then, based on that, we create your profile. So we don't put what you did. What you did may be, oh, I connected with contacts, I did IT, I did operations, I did work, I did this, I did that. Nobody gives a fuck about it. That's your job profile. The employer who's the new one, he just wants to know one thing. Why should I give this asshole a job? For what? I have 20 other guys. Why him? So I, with whatever limited, whatever limitations you have as a human being, because not everyone is God's gift to mankind. Everyone has plus and minus. I come out with a reasonable, honest, genuine, sellable reason for a person to employ, at least call you for the interview. Because remember, whenever people make their resume, it's like a Tinder profile, it's like a dating profile. Every girl will put the best looking photograph with the best features, and I'm looking for a loving, caring, sweet husband. And the guys will say, oh, I want a loving, caring, understanding partner. Everyone, the way they'll portray themselves is like, wow, they're such incredible human beings. In your office also, I'm sure everyone who makes their CV will make their CV as if they are the number one employee of the company. But for those who know these employees or colleagues, you'll know, oh, this guy's an asshole. This guy he backstabs. This guy is like a work thief. He's never at work. He's lazy. But they'll never mention, I'm lazy, I'm gossipy, I'm a backstabber, I'm an ass kisser. I don't do my work properly, I'm average. Nobody will ever claim this on their resume. In fact, the biggest thing which I tell people is, man, if you're so fucking good, are you without a job? Oh, bad luck. Oh, Lord, market is down. I can assure you one thing. Market is up, market is down. If you're good, you'll always have work to do. That's a fact. If you're good, you'll always have demand. But in order to make the market know that you're good, you have to be sellable. You have to learn to sell yourself. You don't know how to sell yourself, nothing's going to work. You might be the greatest, most profitable employee of the company. Don't know how to sell yourself. And remember, when you send that CV, the resume, that document does the talking for you. So you can put an amazing photograph, oh, look like a model. You can write bombastic words, articulate, well-experienced, industry professional, thought-provoker, result-oriented, determined, disciplined, team, leader, certified and professional, and with key accomplishments of, 15% profit margin, 25% company growth, 110% sales target achievement, 42% cost savings, 82% improvement in process. All these fucking numbers you put. Why is the industry not calling you? Why is the industry not dying for you? And always remember, you apply, fine, it's good. Once you apply, your CV, your document is with them. It's in their servers for 1 year, 2 years. After you send them your first CV, don't send them the second CV. Because then they'll have 2 CVs. And they'll be like, this guy sent this. I created a new email address. He sent this. Why the difference? Which one is bullshit? And there you get caught for fraud. Or if you keep sending, you'll be marked as spam. Anyway, this is what I wanted to tell you guys. You let me know in the comment section below. Am I right? Am I wrong? Remember, my friend, end of the day, can you sell yourself? Can't sell yourself? Then you're a product nobody knows, nobody wants to buy, but you can keep praising yourself and in the end become obsolete. Don't be another Nokia. Better to be an Apple. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. It's me signing off. Take care.